Ever since Ja Morant said the Grizzlies are fine in the West, they have been a dumpster fire. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk trash before your time. It's called karma. Ja wins Rookie of the Year, returns Memphis to the playoffs his second season. Year 3, Grizz jump from the 8th seed to number 2 in the West. They were OKC before OKC. And not just Ja, Desmond Bane, Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr. Year 4, stay number 2, then fall apart. Ja's first suspension, injures his wrist in the playoffs, fall to 13th place. But now, the Grizz are right back near the top of the NBA. So why aren't people taking them seriously? I mean, everyone talks about the Thunder or the Mavericks in the West, but the Grizz are like, oh, they're cute, but not a real threat. Why not? Maybe it's because Ja is showing he might not have learned anything after all. It is insane. But the crazy thing about the Grizzlies is how much different they are since the last time we saw them. But I am pumped that you guys love MyFitFoods as much as me, especially around the holidays. I found out one thing about myself. If I don't have like a schedule for my eating, I will just eat until I'm full. And it takes a lot of cookies and cake around the holidays for me to get full. So with MyFitFoods, literally I've got my 4 delicious meals. I just eat those all day. I don't think about it. I'm full at the end of the day and I feel good. They're always mixing in new flavors that I love. I'm really digging the Moroccan chicken right now, or the new orange chicken. And with my promo code AMHOOPS, you can get 30% off. So you can just walk into a store if you live in Houston or Portland or Denver, or check out this map. All these cities around Texas plus New Orleans, overnight shipping. So check out MyFitFoods. You support the channel, eat great meals, and get 30% off with code AMHOOPS30. Historically, they win with defense, but their offense is wrecking teams this year. It's not just Ja. Last year, they were forced to play guys that the NBA gave up on. Memphis used 51 different lineups, 33 players, the most injured team in NBA history. But that gave underdogs a second chance, like Scottie Pippen Jr., cut by the Lakers G League team. His Hall of Fame dad said, you gotta go play overseas. But then the Grizz pick him up, and Scottie started 16 of 21 games, including 28 points, 4 steals against the Lakers. This year, he is proving himself yet again. They also found G.G. Jackson and Vince Williams, but Jaylen Wells has the most underdog story of them all. He should not be in the NBA. Okay, he should be because he is, but it almost never happens. He played 2 years varsity in high school with 0 D1 college offers. So Wells' friends said he should go walk on at a big school, but instead he chose a D2 college that actually wanted him. And out of the 450 players in the NBA last year, 2 rotation guys played D2 ball. So 90% come from D1, 9.96% from overseas, whatever, and a tiny sliver played Division II. But Jaylen became a D2 All-American and transferred to Klay Thompson's alma mater, Washington State. He was then drafted 39th in the second round and has been better than their top 10 pick, Zach Edey. Jaylen won Rookie of the Month for October-November. From D2 second round pick to the best rookie in the West? How? Not with anything flashy. He just consistently hits shots and defends the other team's best player. But another Grizzly is going to be all-star, all-defense, and all-NBA, and it ain't Ja Morant. The only core player not injured last year was Jaren Jackson Jr. This forced him out of his comfort zone, and he led the team in total points. But so far, Triple J is still scoring a ton, but way more efficient. How clutch would it be to have a Defensive Player of the Year suddenly become a two-way all-star? But the one thing that hasn't changed is Ja Morant. On November 6th, Ja went up against the Lakers, but was undercut, hurting his hip. The Grizz, though, went 5-3 without him because of their depth, including a blowout win over Denver and 140 points against the Wizards. 140 without Ja or Desmond Bane. That is crazy. But Ja announces no more dunks. I'm not dunking, and it makes sense. Like, he's gotten injured so many times flying through the air, but that sucks. So many threes in today's game. Now Ja's not gonna dunk? I mean, look at this dunk before his announcement. Oh my God. And I mean, he is still amazing under the rim. Look at this 360 layup against Brooklyn. Dude! Or what about this no-look pass to Brandon Clark? So Ja's still box office, even if he never dunks again. But luckily, he forgot about his promise for one amazing night. Grizzlies, Celtics, chance to make a statement. Ja gets the ball in the corner, fakes, drives baseline, then a double clutch reverse slam. Some say this is his greatest dunk all time. Yes, some have been prettier, but look at the replay. Over Derek White and Kristaps Porzingis, two of the best defenders at their position. My goodness. But with Ja, you take the good with the bad. Ja was suspended for waving guns around on social media. It was part of his, bad boy image, out of control. But did he learn anything? Well, this moment ain't good. Last week against the Nets, Ja hits at the buzzer, then immediately walks down the court to the other bench. He stares down Nets coach Jordi Fernandez. Not the classiest move, but I guess he was emotional. But at the end of the game, in a blowout, look at the score, Ja goes out of his way to trash talk the Nets coach again. So dude goes over like, hey, what's going on? Why is your guy such an a-hole? And of course, that turns into, one of those hold me back NBA fights, whatever. So you might think, oh, this coach must be a tool, like probably a loudmouth like Tom Thibodeau or something. Well, listen to Jordi Fernandez after the game.
I will never speak to other players, and I don't want other players to speak to me. If they want to be nice, obviously. If not, I don't want any interaction. I think it's disrespectful. It's not part of the game. And that's what we are projecting to everybody else, especially the little ones, is play with respect for the game.
Yeah, respect for the game is nowhere in Ja Morant's vocabulary. Now, some people like this. Ja said he was just trolling. But if going all the way down the court, staring at a guy, getting in his face is trolling? No, that is petty. But the NBA needs Ja to fix this because the league is dying. Remember how he was supposed to be the face of the NBA? Well, numbers just came out, and NBA ratings are down 48% since 2012. Compared to last year on ESPN, down 28%. Other leagues are setting records. What is wrong with the NBA? Some people say it's too many threes. Other people say it's politics or something. I think it is one simple reason. The NBA is star-driven. I mean, people watch the NFL or college football for the team. It doesn't matter who's playing. But basketball? They say Bird and Magic saved the league in the 80s. Not the Celtics and Lakers. Bird and Magic, 2 stars. There's just not the same star quality in the guys coming up. I mean, Steph, LeBron, and KD are getting older. Who's behind them? It was supposed to be Ja Morant. But at the very least, he is back on the come up. His team is backing up that trash talk with wins, which is bad for the league. We knew that the Grizz return would knock out at least one team from the West playoffs from last year. So who is that so far? Well, it turns out the Grizz are joined by the Rockets and Warriors as teams to miss the playoffs, then jump into the picture. So if the season ended now, the Pelicans would be out with a good chance that both LA teams don't make it through the play-in. In fact, advanced stats say Memphis is a legit contender to win the championship. Historically, you need a top 10 offense and defense, and the Grizz are top 5 in both. The only 2 other West teams top 10 in both are the Thunder and Mavericks. In the East, it's the Cavaliers and the Celtics. But no one is talking about this, and the Grizz are top 5 in both. No one else is. So they are a real contender. At the very least, the West is now a big 3 of the Thunder, the Mavericks, and the Grizzlies. They have reinvented their way back to the top, but in some unfortunate ways, not much has changed. But the Warriors have made a trade. Okay, they just got Dennis Schroeder, which is kind of cool, but the big trade is still on the way. Golden State kept all their ammo that they need to get a star, and a legit report says they're targeting LeBron James once again.